I thought you was the problem. It was me.
I don't know what was going on.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm well. Yeah. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, well, I'm Allaysia. For everybody who don't know, I think who you can introduce yourself to the people because I see
I'm 1 a.m. Some
people.
people know me in here, better known as also known as Abdul Muhammad. That's what the AM stands for in the 1 a.m. Because there's only one me. We all got something in common with God. Is that it's only one God and there's only one you. So I figured I'd say it's only 1 a.m. So that's what we rocking on. We wanted to talk on a subject today, me and Allaysia, on divine timing, right? When it's your time, it's your time. But when it's not your time, or when you're not prepared for the opportunity, you can miss your time. But once you start preparing yourself, you're going to go down a certain road, and eventually it'll actualize into your time, which equals into divine timing.
Right, right. So, I don't know oh, there it goes. Okay, so basically how I wanted to introduce it was just being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
And a lot of people are going for, relationships, money, career, jobs, whatever it may be. And we're not really doing so much the inner work to get to that. We're so much focused on the outcome of things. Just, we're always attracted to the outcome of situations and things, but we never focus on the process to get to that point, like.
Do you think people don't realize that being the type of person, being a person that deserves that gets you the outcome, or they just want the benefits without the work?
Right. I think more so it's the benefit without the work. Because like I said, nobody wants to go through the process of anything. We want things fast. If you want something, we want it now. Like, it's like, I want the easy way out, like, who wants to go through hard stuff? But those type of things build us. It builds our character. It gives us experience for knowledge, like it helps us mold us to the next level for what we want, like, for example, most of the times we look at setbacks. The thing that I say is I don't really have a plan B. I have, like, whatever my plan A is. If it doesn't work, I'm going to find another way to reach that, I'm not going to try a different way. I don't know. Like, I just feel like most people, if it doesn't work the first time, they'll try a whole different goal. They switch their goals, whatever they're trying to do.
Right.
And I think we should.
They switch their whole game up in the middle when they actually almost reached the point of success in what they was doing. They just couldn't endure.
Right. And because of that, I feel like our setbacks aren't so much just failures. I feel like our failures are stepping stones. It's something that we should look at as, okay, I went through this, now I gained that experience and I can move on to the next thing to, like, I have that knowledge now, so I won't make that same mistake. It's really to push us closer to where we're trying to go.
Exactly.
It's not, we look at it as setbacks, as, I'm going through this, now I can't do what I want to do. And it's not that. It's helping us. It's growing us. It's pushing us to who we're really supposed to be. Like, it's crazy.
You know what I just got from that? It's like we have this false expectation that we know when we should be somewhere. You feel me? And since we think,
egos. It's our egos.
Exactly, because for a long time, I thought I was just going to be popping as like a hip hop artist. I'm like, I got flavor, I got style, I got lyrics, and these other cats ain't messing with me. But one thing I didn't know is that you got to put work in and got to believe in yourself for other people to believe in you. I thought that somebody was just going to see how extraordinary that I was. It was just going to put me on, right? And so I felt like, all right, I'm doing certain things. I don't got to do all that because I'm special, I'm different, I'm unique. And like you said, it was my ego talking, and I wanted to skip steps in that process and get there because I thought that I shouldn't, I shouldn't have to do that. They got to do that. You know what I mean? So I had this thing in my head that by now I should be here. And then I got to a point where it depressed me because I wasn't there. You feel me?
Yes.
But when it's your time, it's your time. But you don't. I'm not the creator of the heavens, you know what I'm saying, and the earth. You feel me? I might be blessed. I'm blessed to will partial amounts of his power, but not in the totality. So I don't know when my time is. You don't know when your time is. And I think that's why people, it's like that picture. I'm pretty sure you may have seen it, where on the top it's a guy digging for diamonds. On the bottom it's a guy digging for diamonds. The one at the top, he stops early. He like, oh, ain't no diamonds in his mind. Yeah. And the other dude keep going and he get him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I seen that picture. I wanted to compare a story of the Bible. You know, Jonah.
Say that again.
By the fish.
Oh, right. He was right. He was in the belly of the well or something like that. Right.
So I wanted to kind of compare this story to life. You know, he had a purpose. He had a mission that he had to do, that God told him to do, and he was supposed to help a certain group of people that it made him uncomfortable. He didn't want to help these people.
He didn't want to do it. Right.
He didn't want to, and with him not doing this, he felt guilty because some people died in that process. So he said, throw me in the ocean. Just throw me in the ocean.
Right. We feel sorry for myself.
Right. And in this process, he got swallowed by a fish.
And peace to everybody that's in there listening. Thank y'all for being here right now, too. My bad.
Yes. In this process, he got swallowed by a fish. And the fish took him to the destination that God wanted him to go from the beginning.
Exactly.
And from this story, I got that, for people who have purpose, which is all of us, we all have a purpose.
Right.
We have a mission set out for us. And we're so uncomfortable in this process because we're trying to figure out who we are and, just life, period. It makes us uncomfortable. Life is uncomfortable.
Exactly.
But if God has a mission for us in this process, we can either, go the way that he wants us to go and be uncomfortable, or go our way and it be more uncomfortable, but still go and end up in the same place.
But still, we got wind up and go back to where God wanted us to go anyway, because we avoiding, just like he was avoiding where God wanted him to go. You know what I mean? And ultimately, he wound up going down that path anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or God. See, it's either two ways how that story go. It's either you get it right, eventually you today at the mosque, the sister was talking about that. She was like, it's like cyclical. We go in this circle. You know what I mean? Now people want to wear 90s clothes. They want to, do certain things that was back then. So it came back around. And our lives are like that. And sometimes when we going through things, we got to keep going in this circle until we can get out of that spin when we do the right thing. And a lot of people, it's like, I go back to Philly where I'm from, right? And people, like, literally, I seen people that was doing this. I've been over here like 6 years. I seen people doing the same exact thing that they was doing when I was there. And now, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, you're in like a time loop.
Right. And it's like we'll keep repeating those things until we learn the lesson that we're supposed to learn through those experiences.
Exactly.
Because each lesson, each experience is supposed to teach us a lesson. Each experience is supposed to teach us a lesson. And so we'll just keep repeating it, keep going through those same cycles until we gain what we're supposed to gain. Exactly. And it's like we're not really paying attention. We have to pay attention to our surroundings, who we're around, the type of energies that we keep around us, because they'll keep, like birds of a feather flock together, Exactly. If you're hanging around people who's not contributing to your growth, you're not going to grow. If you're hanging around people with a poor mindset, you're going to have a poor mindset. If you hang around people with a rich mindset, you're going to have a rich mindset. You're going to be one of those next people that's, looking for the next thing, the next big thing. Like, it's all about your mindset and the people that you hang around, your surroundings. Like,
you can't build with the demolition crew.
Right. I want to be around people who are ahead of me, people who are way beyond where I'm trying to reach, you know, so they could teach me, they could show me.
Exactly, Mister.
Like it's, you know, that those type of things are, it's just all about your surroundings and the people that you surround yourself around. Really, it really is about that.
Exactly. Because
It's all about that.
see, energy resonates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you eat food to gain energy so that you can do your work.
Right.
So the spiritual energy that you got around you is going to multiply. You feel
Right.
me? So because it's that. How do you say? It's one person can do one person's work, and then two people can do like three people's work. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
forget the exact word that would sum it all up. But anyway, right? Our energy gets multiplied or gets divided, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the Nation of Islam, they say that subtraction and division is the devil's mathematics, and addition and multiplication is God's mathematics. So people that's positive, right,
Yeah.
is going to come and they're going to add to you. They're going to multiply, you know what I'm saying, to you. And people that's negative is going to take from you, and they're going to divide you from people that's really supposed to be there for you in, you know, situations that can actually help you. You try to do something, they're
Right.
like, why are you doing that? Like, because you're making them feel uncomfortable, or that's corny, or that's whack,
Right.
or that's, you know, and it's like people don't see the path. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I read this
And,
book.
right, and
I'm
going
sorry.
back to
Go ahead.
divine timing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that kind of goes with it because we'll be surrounded around certain people that'll
Mm-hmm.
prolong the process. Because we're supposed to let
Exactly.
go. Once we learn the lesson that we're supposed to learn, we're supposed to release it and move on. But we continue to
Exactly.
hold on to dead weight, and it keeps us there. It keeps us. We just don't keep. We don't move on. You know, like we stay in that cycle. We keep repeating, like you were saying, and we're not growing. We're just dead, basically, just
Right.
going
Right.
with the cycle. And until you let go of those people, until you let go of everything that's not contributing to your higher self, your growth, then you're gonna be stuck in the same place.
Exactly. You're gonna be like a mannequin in the spiritual world, but in life you moving, but your spirit is just staying the same.
Right.
And you
Right.
know, it's funny because I spent my 20s, like people didn't notice because I ain't tell everybody my business, you know, but I was like going in this circle inside of my brain of like self-hate and like not feeling myself because I grew up abused and confused and used by most people around me, right? So I was going around situations, and I will only like lock into people that would use me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I had to dig it, like you were saying the other day, like I had to dig that it was me. It really, like, it was dumb, like they was doing it, right?
Right.
But it was
Right.
me putting myself around people
Right.
that wasn't good for me. And when people was like, yo, like they was really trying to rock with me that had good positive spirits, I was getting the hell away from them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I had to think like, yo, like why I'm not embracing people with positive energy, and I'm embracing people because I was trained this way
Mm-hmm.
from like a little child growing up in an abusive
Yeah.
environment. I thought abuse was love. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right. And like I said, that from the beginning of times, you know, when we're kids, it's all about like where we're surrounded around,
Thank you,
what we're
Shamir.
taught, even school, like what we're taught in school. Like say for instance, if somebody says, you know, I want to be this when I grow up, and a teacher says, well, you have to do this and you have to go through this, and you might not do that, and you know, just based off their limits and their beliefs and whatever they've been taught, the
Right,
teacher, you know, from
right,
however they
right,
grew up. And
right.
so we grow up off of other people's beliefs, limitations, like whatever
Right.
they went through as a child. They
And
don't,
they
some
program
of the
you.
times they don't even go through it. They're just going off of what their parents taught them and what, you know,
Yeah,
like,
right. People
so,
tell you can't do something, they ain't even, you know what I'm saying, never did it.
right, right. And so it comes to the point where it's like, our everything that we believe is based off someone else. And
Exactly.
when we get to the point where we have to release everything, release our old habits, our negative energy, our negative thoughts, it's like self-awareness. You kind of just have to become aware of everything that you are and that you're around and that you believe, you know? And until you heal every part of you that's negative, bad, whatever it may be, you know,
Right.
anything that's not contributing to your growth. until you let that
taken
go,
away from you.
You're not in divine timing. You're not, because you have to be divine with yourself.
Exactly.
First,
Exactly.
in order
Exactly.
to align yourself with everything that you want.
And when you recognize all that, like you know I'm saying, like you saying, like what I'm hearing that you're saying is that once you recognize like who you really are and what's going on inside of your brain that's not really you,
right,
and what that's on your spirit that's not you, that's other people that pre-impose on you, or that's generational programming, then you can step into divine timing, or you
right,
always gonna be off.
right. Always. It's going to repeat. Like you said, it's a cycle. You're going to just keep repeating the same habits, the same cycles, the same everything that you do. You're going to repeat it until you learn the lesson from it.
Right.
And then because every time you learn from it and you move to that next stage, you know how they say, new levels, new devils.
Right.
So you have to, once you
New
get to that
test.
next level, it's
Mm-hmm.
like you got to let everything from that past level go because you're focused on the next one, you know? You're on
Right.
that next level. And come on, it's, you know, there's another saying, God won't bless no mess.
God won't do what?
No mess. God won't bless no mess.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's a perfect saying because
Mm-hmm.
you know it's basically letting you know that you have to let go of all that mess before you get the blessings. You
See,
know.
but some people don't realize that, like God didn't bless them to have what they had.
Right.
Satan blessed them to have what they had. The negative world, the negative vibration, the devil, Satan, whatever
Right.
you want to call it, you know what I mean?
Right.
The wicked people that run this world put you there because they knew that you was going to be an influence over people in a negative way. So they paying you to keep people on a certain vibration. That's
Right.
why they always try to they always try to disrupt people that's on a certain wavelength of positivity that get to a certain level, because they
Right.
know that that could potentially affect people in a way to where people are not controlled by the because this programming, even though we're programmed by other programmed people, that ultimately goes back to a power structure of programming so that a small amount of people can be safe with having majority of the world's power, resources, and money. Because people be like, oh, the basketball players make too much money, but they never talk about the owner of the team who don't got no skills, no talents, no nothing. He making billions. Nobody's like, oh, he makes too much money. You know what I mean? Why are you worrying about? Because in your mind, you know that in your subconscious mind, you know this person is really not free that made it, and you like, you know, I could be there. You think that you can be a high paid slave too, somewhere inside of your consciousness.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
There's,
Go ahead.
there's a thing I like to say. It's there's people depending on your transformation, and until you transform, you're gonna hurt everyone that you come across. And by that I mean until you become your true self.
Right.
You know, because we're not aware of the things that we don't like to observe ourselves. You know, we don't, and it's crazy. Like, why wouldn't we? But we don't like to come face to face with our problems, our fears, our, you know, everything that we're afraid of. We don't like to come face to face with it. But until we do, that's when we unlock, you know, that's when we become aware with everything.
But we've been taught that power is a bad thing.
Right.
You know, Mano had a song called Power and Pain that he was talking about how, you know, how he went through everything in his life, but it was that it's power and pain. You feel me? And I was going through a lot at that point, so I really related to that song. And we don't want to go through that pain, dealing with it.
Right.
And we scared of power because we somehow believe that power is like negative. And that's why you see people got an overabundance of it. Huh?
I said because that's what they taught us to believe.
Exactly, that power was wicked, but the people that got power, they not wicked though, but power is wicked. If I get power, it's wicked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Money is the root of all evil.
Right.
And you know, only bad people got all that money and all that power.
And
like, what are you talking about?
And when people say that, you know, like money is the root of all evil, I say, well, you know, I have a different perspective on that, because it's like if I'm a good person and I get a lot of money, well, it's just gonna make me more of who I am. I'm gonna want to do more good with that money. You know,
Right.
so like if I'm a bad person and I get money, well, I'm gonna do more bad stuff with that money. It's all
Exactly.
money really makes you more of who you are, to be honest.
Exactly. Exactly. It allows you to express
Who you really are. Right.
Who you are.
Right.
You know. So how do you? Let me ask you this question, because we usually talk about divine destiny and divine time and divine time. We already touched on divine timing, right? So how do you think that people find what their divine destiny is? Not to, not to go to school and get a good job and retire, because your destiny is something that you'll never, like, you could do without getting paid, and you feel like you could do it for the rest of your life as long as you're physically and mentally able to do it. Right. So how do you feel like, people find that?
Well, I feel like, honestly, like I said, it takes you to be uncomfortable and to go through the process. But most people avoid the process. They want to go different routes. They want to, they don't want to actually go through the process of becoming one with yourself.
Right.
And so
exactly.
It takes that. It takes being uncomfortable. It takes going through certain situations that, taking that risk, taking that leap, like, of faith. And just, it's really crazy, because it's not something that you can tell somebody how to do. They have to want it for themselves. They have to actually want to do it for themselves, like, and it's just all about wanting better for yourself, to be honest.
I feel like I ain't had no choice.
Right. And for me too, honestly, I had no choice.
It was either heal or kill myself, but hey, Edgar.
No, I feel the same way. I feel like I didn't have a choice either. But you have to actually get to that point, like I said, because I got to that point because I wanted better. Like, I wanted better for myself. I wanted to do better. I wanted to know what I was here for. What am I, like, is there more?
So
I
hold on.
Everything.
Allaysia, hold on. The brother just asked, he said, what does it mean to become one with thyself?
Do you want to explain that? I feel like you could perfectly explain that.
I mean, that really depends on your understanding of self. Because to me, once I realized that really I wasn't this physical body that I'm in, that I was a spiritual being having a human experience, and I was a fractionalized version of God in the physical form, because in the Holy Quran it says that God breathed his spirit in a man to animate man, his inspiration. So I understand that, ye are God's children of the Most High God, if you want to quote the Bible, and know thyself, if you want to go back to Kemet and other philosophical teachers, right? So self is not what we think it is. Like you're like I'm Abdul Muhammad, right? Like, that's the label I have, but I'm really a divine being encapsulated inside of a body. And when I realized that, I have the same potential. I have to I have to take control of my mind, right. And in order for me to do that, it was certain things that I had to understand, and it was certain things that I had to do. I had to clean my temple. I had to stop eating a bunch of processed food. For me, I had to stop eating meat. I had to stop eating things that just wasn't good for me. I had to stop eating it mentally, what I digested from entertainment and other things online. I had to stop eating the negative food, and I had to stop being around energy vampires, and I had to be in a circle of people that was elevating themselves to the next level. Right. And that helped me see me for who I am, because this is what we do. Like people that's on this wavelength, we validate each other. Right. You know what I mean? You on the right path, not because of all the people that told you was tripping, but because of the people that you run into that's like, damn, right. I ain't the only one. Right. You feel me? You start attracting everybody that's on your wavelength. Literally, like, everything that you're on, that you, like I said, it's kind of like, once you go to that next level, and you release everything from your past, everything that you're vibrating on, that frequency is going to just attract you and confirm that, hey, like you said, you're on the right path. Like, you're doing right. Like, it's crazy. But I definitely think, like you were saying, whenever it comes to that, when you come to, like, the manifesting stage of becoming everything that you are,
and then actually manifesting the things that you want. Because you, like I said, you have to become one with yourself first in order to actually know what you want. You know, like know yourself, know your worth. You can't be out here trying to talk to somebody or be with somebody if you don't know your worth first. Because then you're kind of accepting whatever because you don't know, you know? Like, so with anything, it doesn't matter what it is, you have to know yourself first. You have to know yourself. You have to master yourself first before you can master anything.
Right. Because you would sell yourself for a quarter when you're really priceless.
Right. Exactly.
You know? And that's see, you know, and that's what we got to realize that, you know, we in most of the relationships that we have, whether it's friendships or whether it's a male and a female relationship, are not healthy, and they really to try to fill a void that we got inside of us.
Right.
And that's why after we leave them alone, we got healed from them. You know what I mean? Because it's just this, you know, situation to where you knew it wasn't right, but you know, you ain't want to be alone, or you felt like, you know, you could change somebody, or you just wanted to ignore the signs because you wasn't brave enough to be real with yourself and then to be able to be real with somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I like to compare that to two cups, you know, one full, one empty. If you come into like any type of relationship, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, you know, and you come in empty, you're going to be wanting, you know, you're going to be like, give me, because you're coming with an empty cup. You don't have anything. And then you have this person who's full and they also want something, you know, but they're releasing everything. They're just giving, and they're not receiving anything. And so imagine two full cups coming, and this person knows themselves, they're whole. This person knows themselves, they're whole. You're overflowing, you know, you're growing. You're not
exactly.
You know, it's full, you know? And at that point, that's where people are supposed to be at. But most of the time we come into situations where we're like, oh, you know, I want to help this person, or, you know, just out of our heart or however we are, you know, we stay in situations empty-handed, you know, not getting what we're really supposed to be getting because of whatever. And then whenever the situation ends and you came in already empty and now it's gone, you even more empty than when you began, because now you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna, you know, because you're whatever you were searching for is gone, you know, like. And so that's why it's important, like I said, to start with yourself, because if you come in a situation whole and full, you're giving and you still have enough to keep for yourself. So when that situation is over, you're not completely gone. You have yourself to sustain yourself.
But you're not going to accept certain things, you know, and that's when you more or less at a point to where you can find your other half, because even when you whole, you still a half, you know.
Right.
The Holy Quran says that you know, a man and a woman is half a Muslim until they get married, because it's another test to be with somebody, you know what I mean? That tests who you are, you know, and how much you really ready to become the best version of yourself. Because I know me as a man, you know, a real woman is going to demand of a man that he be on point. We'll be picking at you know, your flaw, and vice versa. You know, like you're like, why are you doing it? Especially, you know, after the whole you know, that vibe go by, that, you know, you can do no wrong vibe, you know, when y'all googly eyes for each other. So, you know, ultimately, I lost my train of thought on that one. You can pick up from there.
Okay, where do you want to pick up?
I don't know. But we're just moving forward in this sense, right? Is that in order to be in divine timing where everything starts to happen right for you, you gotta be right. Because I realized that, right? It's like when you wrong things happen to you. And like, we not the type of people that can function on a wrong wavelength or a negative wavelength or a sinful wavelength. It don't work for us. You know what I mean? We see that people that built empires off of robbing and raping and pillaging people, and still to this day, they want to act like they helping people, but they help don't never work though. You know, especially America and Europe, they everywhere in the world. They want to talk about they helping people, but them people still broke, they still poor, and it just don't work that way. So when you look at the word righteous, right, you see right, R-I-G-H-T, right, and chus. If you take the E and the O off, it's us. Or if you just say right is us, righteous, when we right, everything is going to happen right for it. A lot of people like, you know, oh, you always trying to be good at choo-choos, or you know, whatever they want to say when you actually doing the right thing, you know, as if doing the right thing don't get the right results, and doing the wrong thing, you know, don't get the wrong results. So when you do the right thing, you align with what's right.
Right.
And that's black people's vibration. We not the type of people that's in the robbing, raping, and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. Now we're engaging in that behavior obviously right now.
Right.
But if somebody takes your hard drive out and replaces it with their programming, you know, via slavery, which happened. Now we you know, we're in a situation where we don't control ourselves and we don't control our destiny as a result. And now we trying to find ourselves in a paradigm that's not ours. You know what I mean? So in order to be on divine timing, you got to be right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got to be righteous, because everything going to fall in line. You're not going to find yourself in negative relationships. You're not going to find yourself moving in the wrong direction. Now bad things can still happen to you. But, you know, when we talk about, you know, people like, I don't know how that happened, but I just got blessed one day and everything just start going because they on a certain vibration.
Right.
And a part of that vibration is your actions. Another part of that vibration is your knowledge. Another part of that vibration is the frequency you putting out on a cellular level. You know what I mean? Whether you and that comes from how you think and what you eat. You know what I mean? So, and then where you at as far as viewing what you want, because if you can't see it, it's never gonna come to you, because even if it comes to you, you can't see it. And by vision, you know, like Tesla said, Nikola Tesla said, you have to see a thing done before it's done, and then it's done. So it's like you see the end and you know how to make it happen. Go ahead.
Right. You have to actually believe that it's yours before it's yours. You know, like, it's like, that goes into like manifesting. You have to believe it, you have to see it, you have to think it, you have to breathe it, you have to actually live it. You know, like,
Exactly.
you have to literally live it as if it's there, and then it will.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it just goes into, like I said, like you have to actually live it as if it's already yours. Whatever you want, whatever it may be, you have to believe it, because once it comes, you know, you're gonna be on that level. You're gonna want more. You're gonna want the next thing. So it's like you have to prepare yourself for that level first, you know, and then once you get on that level, it's the next thing. You're visualizing whatever is next you want, but first you have to believe what you want first. You know that it's already yours. Like, when I say affirmations, I say whatever it is that I want, I say it as if I already have it. So, like, I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am financially free. Everything that I want is already mine. God is within me. I will not fail. Like, I say all of these things every day. And I don't
Exactly.
It's not.
You breaking up. I don't know what just happened to sis. Hopefully she come back in. I'm gonna give it a minute. She might have to come back in though. To click her off, bring her back in. Can y'all still hear me? Peace. So I guess sister got kicked off. I'm gonna see if she's gonna come back. I appreciate everybody that's on this live right now, that came on, that's not on no more. I appreciate y'all. You know, I'm from Philly, Aki, but I live in the West Coast. I live in California. K Black, you still on here? Yeah, but we out here, you know, making things happen. You know, I just wanted to bring some knowledge and some information, and you know, chop it up with somebody else and make it more interesting. And I'm gonna share some of this on my page. And y'all have a great day. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. One love, and we gonna make this thing happen. You know, through force and power of our will. One.